Life Connection. Thanks for joining me again today as we continue to explore Luke 15 and how it reveals the heart of the Father. Today we're going to look at the part of the story where the Father is watching down the road and he sees his son, and that triggers a response of compassion and action on his part. He saw a face he knew. He saw a face he knew. He recognizes a son. You know, we've all had that experience, haven't we? We've been in a crowd or we've been somewhere, and in the distance we see somebody and we think, I know that face. I know that face. I haven't seen them in a while. And it triggers a response in us, and we are thinking, I want to run to them, I want to hug them, I want to talk with them, I want to catch up with them. Well, this father recognized a face he knew, and it was a face of his son. In the Lord of the Rings stories, there's a scene where King Theoden is dying on the battlefield, and he recognizes his niece is there with him. And he looks at her and he says, I know that face. I know that face. And it brings great comfort to him. It elicits a response, a warm response from him. And he makes declarations over her and her future. This story that Jesus is telling, the Father recognizes a face. He recognizes a son. That's good news for us, isn't it? It's just wonderful, wonderful picture that he knows our face. God knows your face. And it triggers a response of compassion and love and mercy and grace in him every time he sees it. Every time we turn our face toward him, he recognizes us and welcomes us. And it, like I say, it triggers that response in him. It opens up his heart to us. That is just wonderful news for us today, that no matter what our situation, no matter how far we've been from him, no matter how long we may have ignored him, anytime we turn our face toward him, he recognizes it and he goes, that's a son of mine. That's a daughter of mine. And it triggers that response in him to run toward us with open arms. So let's just think about that today. A simple little truth, really. But I love the fact that he recognized his son's face from a distance. From a distance. He didn't just see him close up, but he recognized him a long way off. While he was still a long way off, he recognized him. So again, it just reminds us that no matter how far we may have gone from God, no matter how much we may have ignored him or disappointed him, he recognizes our face, and it triggers a response in him of compassion and mercy and running toward us. He doesn't just stand there and wait for the son to come. Because he recognizes your face, he comes running to you. He comes running to me. Marvelous good news for us today. The Father says, I know that face. And when he looks at you, that's how he feels about you and me. I know that face. I love that face. That face belongs to me. That face has my image in it. That face is one that I am going to run toward and welcome with open arms. That face I want to hug and hold close to me. So let's think about that today and give him thanks that he is a God who knows our face. And we'll talk again tomorrow. God bless.